Hello, everyone. So, my name is Ricardo. I'm South African. I was born in Durban, actually Poughkeepsie, but that's a conversation to be had much later. But I'm a musician, so there might be some music suggestions and all of that, but I won't be promoting so much of my music here. But I just want to chat about certain things that I know that people don't like to chat about, that I feel should be explored as ideas, as theories, and as opinions on certain subjects. So, yeah, the why is that there's a lot of cultures floating around, cultures waiting to be changed, cultures waiting to be explored, and some people either don't have the resources or just the will to explore those things and have discussions about them and how they impact us as human beings. So I like just talking about anything and everything and talking about what it does to society. So on subjects that I just find interesting, and hopefully one day I can just have some people that I can chat to on here about different subjects that I know maybe they have an inclination to be well versed in. I will bring them in and we can just chat about those things and see where it leads us. Yeah, but today I would really like to talk about this new trendy thing of pop the balloon dating. It's like a concept that has been introduced into the world, and basically people line up, either women or men line up, and they pop balloons based on whether they like a person or not. The person who keeps their balloon, as the man or the woman is describing who they are and asking questions, at the end they can take them out on a date if they still have the balloon by the end of the show. So essentially, you are picking from a lot who you want to date, and they have an opinion on whether they want you to pick them or not. Sounds very plain and simple. However, there's just some issues that I have with it, and I would just like to express my opinions around it, some theories on what I think it's doing to society, and yeah, like just because it's going on, let us also talk about some of the things that it might do to us, and children, and so on and so forth. Um, so the main one, or the most trendy one, or the one that started the thing, I'm not really sure, but the most prominent one is the one by the lady named Arlette. I think it's American. It is American. Um, so I've watched a couple episodes of it, obviously because it's entertaining. Um, but I just realized that, like, because there's younger people, and myself included, there's something that this thing does to your psyche, um, and it has an effect on how you might see the world. And then I actually started to realize that other countries are doing this. There's different versions of it. There's Dutch versions, there's Mexican versions, there's so on and so forth. So this is becoming a bit of a global phenomenon. Um, and young people are watching this content. And what I have observed over the years about anything that happens is that it influences the culture. People tend to take some things from whatever they see, right? So, what could be seen from these exchanges in this form of content? You see men and women lining up, and then one person will come and have their pick at a group of people. That is the communication. There's a buyer and there's merchandise. What is the buying power of the buyer? Their intelligence, their beauty, their possessions, how they've presented themselves will also count in terms of buying power, So there's a currency to it. And then you have merchandise that you can pick from, you know? And the merchandise that is available to you is based on the buying power that you have. Um, so it's jaded. It's really jaded, and there's an exchange there based on what a person has or what a person sees, and not so much getting to know each other. Um, like, if you look at how a woman wants to feel when they're being pursued by a man, they want to feel special, they want to feel seen, they want to feel loved, they want to feel um, like this person is serious about them. And the man also wants that. They want to go and like fight for the woman that they want and surprise them and sweep them off their feet and all of that. Um, but when that courtship is presented in that manner, where you are just picked from a whole lot of people based on these qualities that you're supposed to have, it does something to, I am sure it does something to the people that don't get picked, and even the people that get picked. They probably feel um, some level of, I don't know, some ego boost of sorts. And there's definitely a deflation of confidence for the ones that don't get picked. And I mean, I can't say too much for the people that actually go to these shows. Personally, I think it's ridiculous that I would line up and hope that a woman picks me. Like, and, but you can't speak too much for people that go to these shows. And not so much so also for the people that make these shows, because for them it's a brilliant idea, and they just it's a form of expression, content, right? I'm more concerned about the young people that we are basically indoctrinating with this kind of content. They're young minds that haven't developed. They see the world through what people with the power to create content express. So I remember growing up, I wanted to be a rapper. I dressed a certain way, spoke a certain way, because that was the thing that was around me. And then fully growing up into this person that I am today, I realized that I actually like country music. So I ended up finding myself in a way, but I was definitely heavily influenced by the culture at that time. So if the culture at this time is this, at a certain point you'll have the final product of that, and it's not going to look very good. So a man will feel emasculated being on that show, being being a subject, of a person's desire, or not, and the woman will feel the same, degraded, just, valued subjectively by a broken member of society, who has a broken compass as well for what maybe beauty is, or which is something that exists in all of us. Now, you take that, you put it in television show, or YouTube, or wherever it is, and you go, let's do this publicly. There's a lot of humiliating, there's a lot of praising that happens, and I really think this will start to be ideas that younger people think are the norm, but they're actually not, and they're quite dangerous. We are supposed to go out and pursue the women that we like. We're supposed to go out and beautify ourselves, so that the man that we're hoping comes and speaks to us does. There's a pattern of life, and that version seems like a very distorted version of that, and I think personally it's dangerous. I would like to just say that what I'm saying isn't scripture. It's just my opinion, and you can heavily disagree with me, you can just agree with me, you can whatever. I am just expressing, and that's really it. There is a character there. There was some funny ones that I've watched. There was one with the guy from Atlanta, I think, and he was a plumber. And that was like one of the funniest episodes. Like, he came there and was just like going off at the women. One even called him a ninja turtle, and like it was just funny.
Hello, welcome. I'll have you hold this. All right, if we can have your name.
My name's Aaron. Being promiscuous, non-cleanly, don't have a career, nothing really going for yourself.
Okay.
You're all right, You're not really my type. I don't mean to be disrespectful,
No disrespecting.
but if I seen you in public, I wouldn't reach out to you.
Totally fine.
My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. Women I deal with, they don't have hair on their
Don't
arms.
do too much. You kind of look like a Ninja Turtle. You're not that cute. You need to relax. You stocky as hell. And I was trying to be respectful, but like you was really coming out like I didn't like it.
And then there's one guy. He's a doctor, like tall guy, handsome and everything, but he's like really full of himself.
My name is Dr. Elam.
And Dr.
Y'all know who I
Elam,
am?
How old are you?
That's not fair. Change. She's not even looking at my face. Okay.
Handsome. I feel like you are extremely arrogant, and I feel like you're probably gonna have a hard time because you seem like the type, like a know-it-all, smart, very wise, but just having a humble attitude, you know what I mean? You would probably go a lot further.
It's okay.
But your ego won't allow you to take responsibility for your lack. And that's okay.
That's how he
Say
is,
it with your chest, girl. Say it with your chest.
He has confidence. It's nothing wrong with how he is.
And look, I really don't mind. People can be whatever they want to be, I just, here's an interesting take that I have of this guy, is that, he has the privilege of an education, height, the right skin tone for a lot of women, and he's handsome. Now, you take that, and then you mix it with an ego. It's almost like, it's almost stupid. It's a fault in his intelligence, because if he decided to go this route where I have all of these things, right? Let me now just be super humble about it. Let me actually be so civil about it, because firstly, this is nothing that I could have chosen. Well, maybe the education side, but like the rest is quite a natural process, There's no ways for people to empathize with you. And then on top of that, you're bashing them online, Like, they can't relate to you, You have excluded yourself from a relationship with that person. You've belittled them. They feel so much less than you. And you might see that as being superior in some form, but if you're floating up there in the skies by yourself, it doesn't really help you much, because you still need engagement, you still need relationships. I always say that, like, there's great qualities, and then there's qualities that make you human. There's qualities that make people be able to relate to you, and you should be grateful for those qualities, because if you are great at everything, people can't engage with you. You become something far better than they can relate to, and then you're just by yourself in that sphere of living. So this guy's name is Dr. Elam, and yeah, like, just, it's really not cool, dude.
He's back.
Ooh. All right. If we can have your name.
That was so fast.
And this is not like a pandemic, no. It's just a few people that have internet, that have algorithms that have led them down this rabbit hole. Those people, those are the people that I'm chatting to here. If they agree with some of what I'm saying, they can explore these ideas, be aware of them, I'll still watch that thing and laugh. But I just know to be very much aware of what it can do, at the very least, be informed, right? So with that as well, I'd just like to suggest some music that I've been listening to, and you can maybe check it out and see if you like it. I've really, 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 really been liking, his name is Mark Herbschim. It's really hard to pronounce it, and he's featuring Mark James. The name of the song is no matter what goes down. I've been bumping it since the release. It's a really good song. And then I've been liking Maskandi a lot. There's an artist named Limits Nala, and the song is called Mawala Wala. It is a beautiful song. I suggest you check it out. And then there's another guy called Mayonnaise Debisa, and the name of the song is Iyacelwa Intombi. So go check that one out as well. And then another one is Izihlabani, and the name of the song is called Online. This is really good music, guys, and it's local if you're South African. And if you're not, check out this wonderful genre. It's called Maskandi music. Listen, I'm not a big fan of Maskandi music. I've just fallen in love with it lately as well. And there's just so much to explore, and there's just a nice thing about having a richness in culture. Like, I am Zulu, and therefore I understand the language, I understand the music, and I can listen to it. There's also countless genres of music that I like. For instance, my favorite is country and rock. But I have the tools to listen to different genres such as Maskandi and Umpatang. So go check it out, and then just mull over the subject of Pop the Balloon, and I don't know, comment something that you might want to add onto what I've said, or maybe challenge me on something. I don't think it's all bad, but I think there's something to be wary of within that kind of content. So yeah, hopefully I'll be doing a little bit more of these, and it won't be about this all the time and content and whatever. It might be something very random. So yeah, we'll see you next time. Cool.